Today we're going to talk about the Ramset GypFast G2 tool and how to load it and some other features about the tool. So to start off, we'll talk about the loading sequence of the tool. So what I'm going to do here is adjust this so you can see this. We have a thumb latch here on the nose of the tool that we're just going to push, and the spring-loaded door just opens up. Then we'll take the plastic door, open that up, and then what we have here is a coil of 150 GypFast G2 nails. The coil is held together with some tape here. We want to make sure that when we load this, that all the blue tape is gone. So you can see here, there's some little notches in the coil itself. Those engage with the feeding mechanism that's just right here in this particular area here. If we have any tape left on the coalition itself, it may cause a jam. So what we want to do, sometimes this is easier, sometimes it can be a little difficult depending upon the age, how long these have been around. You can see there that I left a little bit. That's not too bad. That shouldn't cause any kind of a jam or anything like that. So we want to make sure we get most of this stuff off. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put the coil in. We're just going to lay it into itself. And I want to push this first nail into the nose of the tool. So there we go. It's engaged with the little notch in there. Looks like it's laying in there just perfect. So we're going to close the plastic door here, close the metal door with the thumb latch, and now we're essentially ready to go. Okay. One of the other things to be aware of on the GypFast tool is the adjustable drive depth here. You can adjust this to make the fastener deeper or shallower depending upon the situation. Ideally, we'd like the head of the fastener to be flush with the surface. With plywood applications, sometimes you have a little bit more wiggle room there. With drywall, gypsum sheathing, you want that right at the surface. If it goes below and you can see a white ring around the fastener, it's probably too deep. So this silver thumb screw will adjust this up and down. The other thing that's important here to know is the work contact element. This can be changed out for an optional magnetic nose piece that you can get through Service and Parts. And really to change it out, you just pull it from the tool. That comes off, it's spring-loaded into here. To put it back on, again, just going to kind of click it into place. To do that, we want to make sure that you don't have a battery or fuel in the tool. So, to load the tool, put the battery in. There's an off position and an on position. The fuel cell here, we want to make sure that we click the metering valve on. So I like to do the top first and then the back. That's snapped down fully. And then we're going to open that up. We're going to align the stem with the red triangle inside. Close the door, push up and down, and the fuel cell is ready, and the whole thing is ready to go. So now after we've loaded the tool, we've used it, and perhaps we want to make a fastener length change, or we just want to remove the coil of fasteners from the tool itself. So what we're going to do, you see there's this little tail sticking out of the front end. That's the coalition. So what I like to do is just take a standard utility knife and just cut it as close as I can with the tool. Discard this. Put the utility knife off to the side. Open the tool up again, hit the little thumb latch, the door will pop open. Okay, Everything looks pretty good. One of the things you want to watch out for, common jamming might be that these fastener head heights move around. Sometimes that can happen with the coil, flopping around in there, or during use you get some movement at the heads of the fasteners. That could potentially cause a jam, but everything looks pretty straightforward and regular here. So after we've cut that, I'll just kind of coil this up onto itself and then just pull it from the tool, and it comes out fairly easily. If you've got that long strip of plastic, that just makes things a little bit more difficult, so it's easier just to cut that tail end off in the front of the tool. So now we can kind of put this off to the side and maybe load up a different length of fastener, or if we're at the end of the day, we just kind of close it up and let it go. So the sweet spot here for these fasteners is 16 and 18 gauge metal. We can do 14 and 12. 12 will definitely cause some fastener standoff. 14 may, depends on how hard the metal stud is. If you do achieve or have some standoff, what you can do is take a normal hammer and then knock the fastener down to its intended depth. Pin jams, again, what you want to do is open that up, see what happens, try to take out what you can take out. A lot of times, if it's bad enough, you'll get multiple fasteners in the tube of the nose itself, and it becomes difficult to get those out. One little trick is, if it's not too bad, I would take all the fasteners out and then go find a wood pallet and see if you can't fire the tool into the wood pallet and knock the fastener out. If you've got one or two fasteners in the tube that are somewhat jammed, that the wood pallet firing into a piece of wood tends to work out. If you've got a lot of fasteners in there, that may just damage the tool and or break the front end. So that's something to kind of watch out for. If you do have a pin jam, the important thing is to recognize it and not continue to fire and make the situation worse. So clear the pin jam, take the fasteners out, take a look, see what you can do, and then go on from there.